And we are live on Shaggy TV. I'm Zach Chapman here, part of the Shaggy TV network, and we are here bringing you the Pro Dirt Racing the Pro Dirt Racing League. Sorry, I've just realized that I brought up the wrong save. You see, if you're paying attention, it says Limaland Motorsports Park. So I have to change this really quick. So just bear with me for 1 second, and then we will flirt some cameras around and let you know what's going on with the point standings and whatnot. But man, Charlotte, one of my favorite tracks here on the Iracing sim, and looks like right now Blackjack Justin Brown P3, he may feel the same. Braden Carter taking that over, but remember last week our top 10 at Kokomo were Braden Carter, Dalton Butcher, Robbie Milburn, Michael Carter, Tyson Banks, Blackjack Justin Brown, Kevin Brow, Dylan Woods, Nate Wemhoff, and Cale Smith. So those first three, Braden, Dalton, and Robbie, remember league rules, they invert, they make the people who finished in the top three get a feature EOL for the following race. So they've got a big mountain to climb. Do those three, but right now Braden Carter leading the points here. He's got a 9-point lead over his dad, Michael Carter. Robbie Milburn sitting there in third with 214. So anybody's game right now. Braden Carter leads us with 2 wins this year. His dad, the only other person to nab a win here 3 weeks into the season. So right now, we just got guys out here trying to knock little Scrappy Doo, and, you know, if he's Scrappy, well, I mean, I guess Scooby was Scrappy's uncle. That may make it a little weird, but I don't know. Little Scrappy Doo there. He's been running that mystery machine. Let's see if we can find Braden Carter. Is he out here right now? Maybe in a different session? Oh, he changed it up this week. Got rid of the mystery machine on me. That dirty dog. Well, he'll always be Scrappy Doo to me. His dad, what kind of machine is Michael Carter in tonight? Here, he normally runs that black ride. Let's see if that's the same here. They're all in different practice sessions. Yep, there we go. That normal color for the 15. But being in different practice sessions, trading paints doesn't necessarily like that right away, so get a chance to load everybody's paint up. Let's see Jacob Thomas here in the double deuce. Taking some laps around. Frankie Thompson in the 1. Ooh, a shiny number 1. I like that. Nice little shine to it. Let's post up here. Let's watch them through 3. So many different lines right now. And you see there some guys going up on the top shelf. Some guys running that middle, and there he goes even a little lower. What is that? Is that Tyson Banks, I believe? No, it wasn't. Oh, 77, excuse me. Brandon Costello, that's who that was. He's running the bottom there in 3 and 4. That isn't the right button. That's the right button. As you see Roxanne out there rooting for CSC. Roxanne, I'm assuming that is a race team. You should let me know what race team that is not all guys have gotten up here on the podium, and I don't know if I've heard CSC be... Oh, wait, no, there we go. CSC, okay, Shaggy doesn't know how to read. Okay, I can see it. So it's on the Carter boys, but let me know what that CSC stands for, if you don't mind. Robbie Milburn getting out here on the track. This is his first lap, actually. Busy man tonight here is Robbie, so just now getting on the track. Parkersburg, West Virginia native. And hopefully, you know, if you are, well, even if you're not, my thoughts and prayers there to the southeast. I'm in Pennsylvania, so we got rain, but it wasn't near as bad as my countrymen down south there in North Carolina and parts of Alabama, I believe. So thinking of you. Hopefully everybody okay for the most part. That's a tough deal all around the country, that's for sure. But see that checkered flag waving here. Practice coming to an end here. And we'll get ready to roll into tonight's qualifying. We'll see who we get to pull out on the track here first. Whoever does, they're going to get camera time here the first lap. Shaggy's eyes are peeled. Shaggy's eyes are peeled. It looks like it's $100,000. Joseph Grandy is what I'm seeing. Let's see what that 518 can do around here. Joseph Grandy loves to rip that lip there. Always up there searching for grandma's cookies on the top shelf. As it's ready here. Lap number 1 underway. I'm going to watch it up here from the booth. Let's just see a couple of these different lines that people run here in qualifying. So he's going to run that slider here in 3 and 4. See what that looks like as times start to roll in. Blackjack Justin Brown right now at the top of the charts. And they're both, using that little trick. They're going to go in, reset, let the tires be fresh here. Not many people do that. It's nice we caught both Grandy and Blackjack doing that. That's a good trick. Not many people do that. If you're watching, well, it's a good way to learn. Go in there, you get yourself a nice set of cooled off tires and get a little bit of grip. And a lot of the top guys like to do that. Now, me and myself, I am not good enough to do that, I don't believe. I've never really felt it translate for me, so I don't do it. But I see a lot of guys swear by it as we're watching the Butcher here come around lap number 1. Blackjack Justin Brown, purple. You saw that. Runs a 14.77 that next time out. So Blackjack goes faster, but, well, the 48 machine, Scott Fritz, he's got something to say about it, and he says, Shaggy, I don't need to pull off this second lap. I'm going to leave her out here. We're going to let it eat. We're going to see what it can do. Scott Fritz not fast to the second time around here. Third and final lap. We're going to leave it with this man. We're going to see if he can improve. We'll see if he rolls across the bottom of the screen here. We have yet to get him. He purple sector 1. Oh, there you saw 1,000th of a second slower than that opening lap. It popped up real quick as Michaela Steffes. We'll see as the Voodoo Queen rolls out of turn 4 for the final time, moves her up to P8. She'll take that one, I'd imagine. As Braden Carter moves on up to P2, little Scrappy Doo here trying to get in it, and the old man Braden Carter rolls on up. All right, so Michael Carter, Cale Smith, and Braden Carter. Thank you, Roxanne, as Braden Carter rolls around. But Nate Wemoff, we got a 48 front row. The 048 takes the pole, and Scott Fritz right now to the outside. Let's see Robbie Milburn. He's coming around through 3 and 4 for the final time. Can he improve? Green through sector 1. That means he's quicker personally. Green through sector 2. Robbie Milburn, what's the lap time look like? It's going to stay P6. So let's watch Michael Carter here get ready to come around. Going to rip the lip here in 3 and 4. Look to take this white flag as Michael Carter. He's got one more time to try to capture this pole. Let's see what he can do here. As he looked smooth there. Green, he does improve, and it's enough. The pole for Michael Carter. And this is his chance to suck some blood out of the lead here that his son's got on him in the points. Remember, Braden has to go with the feature EOL this evening. Mike, you didn't finish in the top 3 last week, so Michael gets to stay where he's at. And I'm telling you, that's going to be a big deal here. Michael Carter taking advantage of his opportunity to try to reel back in the sun. And long night of racing left, but man, check mark there in the first box for Michael Carter. Is qualifying everybody but Derek Husted is qualified. Derek yet to put in a lap here, so not sure. Maybe he's just going to start at the tail end here this evening. But Michael Carter, the story. We had the double 48 front row there in qualifying with the 048 of Nate Wemhoff and Fritz in the 48, but now that got spoiled, and now we have looks like we have a Carter front row here for heat race number 1, and we're going to bring up that grid here for you. Starting on the pole, we have the 1-5, the 15 of Michael Carter to his outside, his son in the 5, old Scrappy-Doo Braden Carter. 100 grand, Joseph Grandy on the inside of row number 2, and to his outside in that 747 machine, we've got Tyson Banks. Inside of row number 3 in the 115, we have Cale Smith, and to his outside in that 080, Brian Gunderson. Rounding out the field in row number 4, we have the 72 of Jonathan Gaston to the inside, and to his outside in that 777 machine, Brandon Costello. As the pace truck, pulls off, we get ready to take the green flag here in heat race number 1. 24 drivers all should make the show this evening, but the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Let's go play in the clay at the dirt track at Charlotte. Michael Carter with a great jump, able to get in front of his son. Joseph Grandy with a little bump from behind. Hunter Grand able to keep on rolling, but he still feels the pressure there from that 747. Big send by the 72. Gaston started 7th up to 5th, able to work his way around Cale Smith and Brian Gunderson. Brandon Costello in that 777 there. He's on the move, but Tyson Banks works to the inside, trying to get around 100 grand. Big send into 3 and 4. 100 grand counters back. Can he get a run here? We're going to watch him run through 2. Big slider there by the 518. So the 747 goes back to the bottom here, but Joseph Grandy up there where Mama hides the cookies. Too much to tame, holds on to P3 for now. Scrappy-Doo not having much success right now running down his dad, and honestly, kind of maybe what's the point here? Maybe team racing. You have that feature EOL. You guys are both in the show anyway, and you know, we're going to get a redraw here. Remember that. Top 2 from the 3 heats get entered into the redraw here for the start of the feature. So if you're Braden Carter, no big deal here. You got to be smart, but Braden Carter pulls to the inside. Not sure if maybe, you know, thinking of that heat EOL, just being nice, pulls down to the inside, but white flag in the air. Final time through 3 and 4. Michael Carter wins heat race number 1, followed by 100 grand. Tyson Banks, Jonathan Gaston, and Cale Smith rounding out the top 5. Not too sure what was up there with Scrappy-Doo, but maybe made in the NFL, as they like to say, maybe made a business decision there. Trying to earn some friends here. Knew he was getting sent to the back in the A main anyway, so just play it smart. And, well, that's exactly what old Scrappy did. And he'll try to climb his way on up in the feature. He should have no problems doing such thing. But as we get ready for heat race number 2 here at the dirt track at Charlotte, we'll show you that starting lineup. Starting on the pole, the 048 of Nate Wemhoff to the inside, and to his outside, Blackjack Justin Brown. Inside of row number 2, the 1 of Frankie Thompson, and to his outside, the Butcher in the 38, Dalton Butcher. Michaela Steffes, the Voodoo Queen, starts on the inside of row number 3, and to her outside, Kyle Newhouse in the 14. Rounding out the field in row number 4, Austin Butler in that 480. Into his outside in the 07, Edwin Tucker. But the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Heat race number 2 underway. Nate Wemoff with a great restart, able to get in front of Blackjack. Blackjack hugs that middle here, trying to get hungry for the lead. Side by side as we enter 3 and 4, lap number 1. Blackjack keeps it on the bottom, almost hits that infield tractor tire. Just enough, though, slides up in front of that 048. We got a new leader here, lap number 1, Blackjack, Justin Brown. Kyle Newhouse on the move. Started 6th, up to 5th, able to get by the Voodoo Queen, but she tries to fight back on the outside. Voodoo Queen gets in the wall. Michaela Steffes hard into the wall, but able to continue. Not going to lose, is going to lose one spot there so far. Austin Butler to the inside, but she's fighting back. Out front, though, Blackjack, Justin Brown. 3 more trips around the sun here. Can Nate Wemoff run Blackjack down? Battle for 3rd. Frankie Thompson looks to the inside, able to get back around the Butcher here. The Butcher's not done, though. He's trying to cut him up some more. Oh, Nate Wemoff, Frankie Thompson gets into the outside wall ever so slightly. They are 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Oh, man, who is going to get P3? It's going to be a close one more time around. Blackjack, Justin Brown. He's feeling no pressure from behind. The 048 and Nate Wemoff is just going to be happy to make that draw here for the invert. Is Blackjack, Justin Brown wins heat race number 2. Nate Wemoff, P2, the Butcher 3rd, Frankie Thompson 4th, and Kyle Newhouse rounding out the top 5. It's great racing so far here at Charlotte. This track, it never disappoints here in the feature. I would imagine we're going to have a top and a bottom. This place really promotes good racing here. And your starting lineup for heat race number 3. We got the 48 of Scott Fritz on the pole. Into his outside in the 80, Robbie Milburn. Jesse Newsom rolls off on the inside of row number 2 in that number 8 machine. Into his outside in the 012, Dylan Woods. Kevin Brow to the inside of row number 3 in the 26. And to his outside in the 170 machine, Clinton McClellan. Rounding out the field in the double deuce, we have Jacob Thomas. Scott Fritz here would love to win heat race number 3. Put himself in a chance, to guarantee that top 6 starting position in the feature. As we roll through 3 and 4, the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. The 48 of Scott Fritz brings us to the green flag. Jesse Newsom downstairs searching for grip as the 80 of Robbie Milburn has a rough start. Goes from 2nd to possibly 5th. And Jesse Newsom, big slider, but Scott Fritz counters back. Robbie Milburn gets that run back, able to hold on to 3rd, but these guys are battling hard in front of Robbie Milburn. Let's go on view. It sure looks exciting. Jesse Newsom sticks to that top shelf. Meanwhile, Jesse Fritz runs that middle, so it's going to allow Jesse Newsom to get a better run off the corner, and there you see Big Send, and now Robbie Milburn gets it sent on him. But we got a new leader out, or no, we don't, Scott Fritz able to hold on. Scott Fritz, man, he is just hitting these counters back perfect in 3 and 4, setting him up. And he knows the slider's coming, just battling hard to hold on. And Robbie Milburn, he'd love to get up there into that, but he's got so much pressure from behind. The 170 of Clinton McClellan. He has been on the move, really putting the pressure on. Leaders battling here. Final time around. Big slider. Wrong camera angle there, but oh, here it comes. Left Scott the top, and Scott's going to carry the momentum, but man, did Jesse make it interesting there. Holds on for P2. Robbie Milburn 3rd. Kevin 4th. Clinton McClellan 5th. Scott Fritz and Jesse, man, they really put it on. What a great run there in heat race number 3. Now with that, Gonna give you guys, you know, a little sights here. We'll stamp in the blimp, but I'm gonna mute myself, and we're gonna mute the audio here for a second, and we're gonna go down to try and see what this top 6 looks like here after the invert. All right, so gonna bring up that picture I just took, and we're gonna find some names here to help Shaggy out because I don't really remember everyone just yet. But we got Nate Wemhoff on the pole. To his outside, Michael Carter. Inside of row number 2, Blackjack Justin Brown. And to his outside, let's see, Jesse Newsom. Then inside of row number 3, we've got the 48 of Scott Fritz. And to his outside, the 518 of Joseph Grandy there, 100 grand. So those are going to be the first 3. So just ignore what Iracing says here as I bring up this starting grid. I read you off your front 3. Now, so that means we're going to drop off here. Row number 4. Row number 4. Well, that's got the butcher in it, I believe, because somebody got an EOL. Oh, no. No, excuse me. The butcher wasn't in that. I'm right. Okay. Be firm, Shaggy. You got this. All right, inside of row number 4, the 747 of Tyson Banks, and to his outside in that 38, the butcher, Dalton Butcher. Inside of row number 5, the 80 of Robbie Milburn, and to his outside in the 72, Jonathan Gaston. Inside of row number 6, the 1 of Frankie Thompson, and to his outside in the 26, Kevin Brow. Cale Smith rolls off in the 115 on the inside of row number 7, and to his outside, Kyle Newhouse. Clinton McClellan on the inside of row number 8, and to his outside, little scrappy-doo, Braden Carter. He should get the EOL, though. The Voodoo Queen to the inside of row number 9, and to her outside, the 012 of Dylan Woods. Brian Gunderson to the inside of row number 10, and to his outside, Austin Butler. Jacob Thomas in the double deuce rolls off on the inside of row number 11, and to his outside, Brandon Costello. Rounding out the field in the 07, we've got Edwin Tucker. Good field here tonight. Michael Carter, this is his chance to, like I say, eke in on the sun a little bit. Try to gain some ground because, man, it is not going to be an easy season with the way young Scrappy's been climbing through the field here. So We'll see who can hook that power up the best as we roll out of turn 4. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Nate Wemoff brings us to the green flag in the PDRL. Michael Carter look into that middle line right away here as he tries to battle for the lead to the inside of the 048 right away, but Nate Wemoff with a good run out of 4 for now. Michael Carter, big send on lap number 2. He's going to take over the lead early, and look at it. 3, almost 4 wide for second. Nate Wemoff on the outside, Blackjack in the middle, and Scott Fritz on the bottom trying to search. Blackjack in the middle of that 48 sandwich here as he's got to find some grip. They don't want to let that 1.5 of Michael Carter walk away, but meanwhile, big wreck in the back. Who goes around? Austin Butler in the 480. Still, guys, reckon we got a big one at Charlotte. Let's go back and see if we can figure out where that happened. I kind of saw it stemming there coming out of 3 and 4. So we see Jesse Newsome involved. So they're blaming him for this. There's no way he was anyway near that involved. Oh no, Jesse was actually in a wreck of his own. So 2 wrecks. That's why they said Jesse was in a wreck. All right, so we're actually we'll run that full speed. I didn't realize he was involved in something. So 2 separate wrecks, but I believe this possibly... Oh, he gets run up in the wall. Blackjack. Maybe didn't know he was there, but Blackjack runs him in the wall hard. And Jesse Newsome, man, oh man, he finds himself in a tough one early. Was Braden Carter involved in this possibly? No, so let's see here. We're not... SDK is really not helping us right now with problems. So we're seeing that 480. Let's go find Austin Butler at this point back here. And we got to speed this up here because they're probably getting ready to go green. By that point, yeah, he's already turned around. Tough break, can't give you the best angle on that, but lots of cars involved as we are going double file here, getting ready to go back to the green flag. Braden Carter, your leader in the 5th, or Michael Carter, excuse me, your leader, the father of Braden Carter. He gets lane choice here, going to choose the inside here on the restart as the green flag is high. Ready to go onto lap number 5 of 50. Long way to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Battle on behind. Joseph Grandy finds himself in the middle here. He's trying to move on up. Started 4th, staying there. Hasn't been able to really climb the ladder per se, but Hunter Grand knows it's a long race, man. Can't cash the check here yet. It's not over, so moves on up, gets the runs. Is he going to slide up in front of Nate Wemoff? Maybe. Not yet. Left him a little bit of room, and Nate forced his way in there. The 048 survived. Joseph, though, he's going to shut the door this time. Really going to slam her shut as he wants to move on up to that final step of the podium. Let's climb on back here. Clint McClellan in the 170 here. He's climbing up through the field, currently up 6 spots. Started 15th, up to 9th is the 170. So he's having a good run here. He'd like to keep it up. Going to that top shelf, trying to find a way around Kevin Brow, and he is going to do so. So make that up 7 spots now for the 170. But Kevin fights back hard on the inside. Jesse Newsome trying to drive his way back up through the field. Already back up the 14th, trying to make quick work. Remember, he got put in the wall there, was running side by side with Blackjack earlier, so he's trying to climb, and right in front of him, we got Scrappy Doo there running the bottom, just conserving tires, trying to drive his way on through the field. But when he sees Jesse Newsome coming on that high side, he might have to jump up there and slow down the train. And, well, speaking of, there he goes. As back out front, haven't missed a thing here. Michael Carter, there you saw him blink a little bit as Scott Fritz trying to run him down in that 48 machine. He's hanging with him right behind him, but just hasn't been able to make a move yet. As here he goes. Does he think about it there? No, we saw him diamond a little bit. Now he sends it into 3 and 4. Can he make it stick? No, he's got to float up back in line behind the 1-5. Oh, he sends it up where Mama hides the cookies. What a run there on the top shelf for that 48. Did he catch the 15 sleeping? Oh, caution's out, and he just showed him the hand here. Tough break for the 48 of Scott Fritz as caution is out once again here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Austin Butler, I believe, involved. Let's keep our eye on this 480 machine here. As a car gets in the wall in front of him, not sure who that was. It's that all-white machine. I imagine they'll be coming down pit road here because... Was it Jacob Thomas? Yeah, it was in the double deuce, Jacob Thomas, so... Tough break. He gets in the wall, and well, Austin Butler collected from there. Lining up double file here, I believe. Maybe getting ready to get back to racing as we are. The pace truck is gone, and well, Michael Carter, he gets the benefit of this restart here, but he's got to make sure he doesn't leave that top shelf open in 1 and 2 again, or the writing's on the wall, because that 48's in a rocket ship, and we're back underway. Joseph Grandy down there trying to get under that 48 of Scott Fritz, but just no run. He's got to go up and shut the door on Nate Wemoff, and that allows Tyson Banks in that yellow 747 to make a move, but just not enough steam down there on the bottom to complete the move just yet. 3 wide behind him is Clinton McClellan. We talked about him being a big mover. Well, up 9 spots up to 6th. That man is hungry. He wants a podium here, and right behind him, Braden Carter's got the toe strap hooked. He gets pulled on by the field. 3, 4 wide behind him. Oh, hold on, Jesse. Oh, Jonathan Gaston goes around in the 72, and I believe a caution is out. The Voodoo Queen also involved. Not sure how the 72 went around. We saw it happen live. Didn't get a good view of what happened. Let's go up here to the drone camera. So Gaston, does he get help here? This is going to be the question. So you see big run coming from behind him. Car in front of him slow, and oh yeah, he gets some help. I mean, not much the 72 can do about that. Not too sure who the dance partner was there, but tough break for the 72, and the Voodoo Queen there, Michaela Steff, is just coming up there and getting the tail end of that. Yeah, let's see here. Who was that? Was that possibly Austin Butler? I believe it may have been Austin Butler. Oh, I don't want to blame Austin if it wasn't him. I couldn't really tell there who got into the outside of him. But either way, goes to the back, live to race another day, and well, we still got plenty of green flag laps here left, so no reason to throw in the towel just yet. Is plenty of time to go in there, repair that thing, and get back at it. But if you're out there watching, let me know in the chat box who you're rooting for. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a show here on Shaggy TV. I do a lot of leagues throughout iRacing, so always something to tune in and watch here on Shaggy TV. So the pace car should be going off here this time, and that 1-5 of Michael Carter will bring us to the green flag once again here at the dirt track at Charlotte. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. Back underway, lap 19, 32 more circuits around Charlotte. right away. That 48, he gets a great run. And Nate Wemoff, he looks to the outside. He wants to get around the 518 of Joseph Grandy. He's going to do just that. He takes P3 at the line. Scott Fritz, we've seen, he threw the move there earlier, maybe gave Braden an early hint here. He's got to find, Michael, excuse me. He's got to find something else to throw at Papa Carter here because, you see him. He's hugging that outside now. He's not going to make that mistake again. Clinton McClellan, we talked about him. He's driven back up to the top, to the top 5, excuse me. But look, cat got my tongue. Jesse Newsom started 6th. Back up to 6th, my man, after getting involved with Blackjack. Justin Brown has driven around Justin Brown. Rack in front of him. Clinton McClellan with a big send. Gets in front of the 518. And we're going to have a caution out here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Oh, man, and there's 2 more spots for the man in the 8, Jesse Newsom, as $100,000 Joseph Grandy and Clinton McClellan involved in an accident. So I believe they threw this caution here. So we're going to have to do a little hunting of our own here. So give me a second. There you go. Perfect timing. Clinton with a big send. Joseph gets into the back of him. Not much time to really react here. Let's rewind here. So we're going to go on board here with Grandy, just so, see what he sees here. You don't see anything, All of a sudden there at the end, and you're pretty committed. If you're Grandy at that point, Clint McClellan, tagged, he bounces around, he gets hit from the 1. Caution comes out, and $100,000, you see this thing shaking. It not running correct, and man, that 518, he is going to be seeing red here. Just about at the halfway point here, though. When we do get the green flag here, we'll be coming to lap 24, so 1 lap shy of halfway as the lights do go off this time, and we're going to go back green here at Charlotte next time by. As Michael Carter has led the whole way here. Started on the outside of the front row, took the lead on lap number 1, and just has not looked back. But the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Michael Carter brings us to the green flag. Lap 24. Let's go racing. Oh, you saw contact there in the back. Not sure if that was Jacob Thomas there in that double deuce, but race on here. Scott Fritz to the outside. That 8. Looky who, Jesse Newsom raced his way back. Oh! Scrappy Doo gets in there. He goes around, and man, oh man, Braden Carter. Tough break for the point leader. Is he going to get these spots back, though? That's going to be a question here. Let's go back. Let's see if we can see what happened. It says Tyson Banks also involved. He was behind. Let's watch. So, big send. Carter up there. He tries to clear the 48. Maybe not aware that the 8 is there. Braden gets real sideways. You see he's got that wheel cocked to the right. Banks gets into the side of him. And, oh, man, is that front end done for Tyson Banks or what? That thing. Braden Carter, you see it bouncing up and down. He's got significant damage, so he'll probably need to come in as well. Tough break here. Big wreck. Gonna hurt 3 drivers in the top 10. And, Mike, that's one where, he's obviously not going to wish the bad luck on his son. If anybody's going to beat him, I'm sure he wants it to be Braden. But at the same time, Might savor the bad luck here a little bit because this could help the 15 walk out of Charlotte with the points lead. So halfway home. Going to be on lap 26 when we come around this time by. So 25 more laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte as the 15 looks to bring us back to the green flag. We're racing at the dirt track at Charlotte. Blackjack Justin Brown here trying to battle his way back into the top 5. Can he do so? They're 4 wide through 3 and 4. My, oh my. Big send for Tyson Banks there in the middle, but Blackjack with a better run off of 2. And he can do whatever he wants here, but he decides to keep it pinned down on the bottom for now at Vantage 747 at the line. Scott Fritz all over your leader in that 15. Just waiting for one hiccup here. Is man, oh man, is he so smooth on the top. Let's go on board. All over the back of that 15. Does he go for it here? Here he goes. Slider in 3 and 4. Michael Carter counters back Michael at the line. He's going to send a slider of his own here, but the 48 is Scott Fritz with a great counter here. Big slider into 3 and 4. Going to do it early. That way he can get that good run off the top shelf. And we got a new leader out front. The 48 is Scott Fritz. Leads the way with 20 laps to go. Michael Carter says, Shaggy, I'm not going to go away that easy as he looks to the bottom in 3 and 4. Just can't make it stick. And now he's got a mirror full of the 048 and Nate Wemoff. Deja vu here. A 48 just got around him, and now another 48 looking to do the same here as Tyson Banks fights to the outside of Blackjack Justin Brown. Justin's going to have to concede it for now as Tyson with a big run on the outside. And Michael Carter just seems to be struggling a little bit here in this 15 as the 048 and Nate Wemoff trying to run him down. Big run off of 4. Can he diamond to the bottom? No, he won't. Caution is out on the speedway. Austin Butler, I believe, involved here in the 480. Let's see. Austin gets into the wall in 1 and 2, and right front broke. Got to come to a stop, and caution out on the speedway. Scott Fritz, though, man, put the big boy pants on. Sent it there and able to make it stick and get around Michael Carter. Michael, you know, if he's got anything left here, gonna have to do it. You can't let that 48 of Scott Fritz walk away here. And let's do a check here. Braden Carter, your current point leader, running 18th, so, or 17th, excuse me. So tough point day for the point leader. We'll see here if the light's still on in the pace truck. Get a good view of it here. Yeah, lights are still on, so we'll go around one more time here at the dirt track at Charlotte. But great racing, as always, here in the Pro Dirt Racing League. These late models, man, this group of guys that Robbie Milburn has put together is just absolutely phenomenal. Great racing. Week in and week out here every Thursday night as those lights should be off on that pace truck here, as we'll find out. We should be going back green here this time by. Michael's got Roxanne out there cheering him on. Roxanne, you're going to have to get real loud if you want him to hear you in the car. You got to will that man on here as he's running out of time. 17 more trips around the sun. Scott Fritz brings us to the green flag. We're back underway at Charlotte. Michael Carter running that middle high line, you know. Right now, 3 wide here for the lead. But Fritz, this is where he makes the money, really gets that run off the corner, and you see big lead as they enter 1 and 2. Blackjack playing the cards he was dealt down there. Oh, he almost gets a little bump there from the 26 of Kevin Brow. He's got to get on the binders. Not going to hurt him for now. Maybe lost the spot, but going to go right back to work in that 26 machine. Dylan Woods started 18th, up to 8th. That's 10 spots. Shaggy can do math here. Let's see if that 0-1-2 can try to break his way into the top 5. He's had a great run, but he'd love a little bit more there as the one of Frankie Thompson gets into the side of Robbie Milburn. Jesse Newsom, excuse me. We saw him do it once. He's got to do it again there. He was involved in that accident. Sent to the back. He's trying to drive his way on up, and he's got young Scrappy Doo behind him. But up front, Nate Wemoff battling here for P2. Throws it on Michael Carter. Michael counters. Gonna shut the curtain here as he exits 2, and that's gonna hurt the momentum of that 048. Nate Wemoff's got to go back to work now, but doesn't have much room behind him as that 747 Tyson Banks has closed right in on that bumper of the 048. Let's go on board. Just trying to find grip right now. You know, you got to go to that top shelf. You got to let this thing sing. You got to keep up the speed. And, oh, he gets into the wall a little bit, does Tyson Banks. But Blackjack nowhere to be found behind him. No big deal right now for the 747 as Nate Wemoff blinks a little bit. Michael Carter, you got your mama out there rooting for you, and your mama may have just brought you a caution here, as that'll give him another chance to tighten up and go back at it. Yellow flag for the 26 of Kevin Brow. So Kevin, he was running, I believe, here 6th or 7th. Kevin having a pretty good run. Throws the slider, and oh, man, this is one where, let's see here. Let's see if I can find who was that behind him. So is that not Dylan Woods here? Is it not Newsom? Let's see here. Trying to cycle around. Tough when you don't know everybody's paint job just yet here. It may have been Cale Smith, actually. So let's rewind. You know, this is one where we're going to go on board here. But now we rode with Joseph Grandy early, and, you know, you couldn't really see him. But I got a feeling he may have saw this one a little early. Yeah, okay. You see, I mean, you see it coming for some time. You know the guy is coming up there. I mean, this is, it's slide or die at this point in the race. You've got to put this one on the 115 of Cale Smith. I mean, that's where you got to crack the throttle. You got to go underneath and, you know, do what we've seen the guys up front doing. I mean, if you're just going to stay hammered down there up in the top and get into the back of the guy, I mean, you don't stand much of a chance then to pass on a racetrack like this. So, tough break there. But pace truck is off, and we're going to have 8 more times around here as Scott Fritz gets ready to bring us back to the green flag here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Does Michael Carter have anything for the 48 of Scott Fritz, or are we going to crown a new winner this season? Big send for Michael Carter. That may be what the 1-5 needs. Now, oh man, the 48 though with the textbook counter. I mean, now look, that Michael Carter, that's what you got to do. I mean, that's what we were talking earlier. You got to crack that throttle and think about the diamond underneath. but the 48 leaves the top shelf open. Michael Carter with a big run. He's got to send it into 3 and 4. Can't complete the slider. Look at Blackjack Justin Brown with the big send in the background. Tyson Banks goes down to the basement. He's going to send it upstairs. Jesse Newsome back in. This guy, oh my God, he's like a rabid dog. You can't put down the 8. He's been wrecked twice. Drove his way back up into the top 5 twice. Now he's going for the top 3 as Michael Carter and Scott Fritz, still going at it for the lead. Oh my God, battling all over the track here at Charlotte. What can Michael Carter do? Can he get Scott Fritz here in these last couple laps when it means everything? Big send into 3 and 4. Scott Fritz countering back, though. They're side by side at the line. Michael Carter gets into the wall. Is that enough for the 48 to hold him off? Battling all over the track, but we can't get away from this battle for the lead. Coming out of 3 and 4. 2 fingers in the air. 2 more trips around the dirt track at Charlotte. Michael Carter trying to get a big run here. Trying to throw everything he can at this 48, but he's running out of time. White flag in the air. Final time around for the 48. Big send from Michael Carter. The 48 counters back. You gotta think, advantage 48 through 3 and 4 for the final time. Scott Fritz is gonna become your 3rd different winner here in the PDRL. Michael Carter comes home P2. Tyson Banks rounds out the podium. Great race here once again at the dirt track at Charlotte. These boys do not disappoint. As we are going to bring up your feature results here for the dirt track at Charlotte. The rest of your top 10, Dylan Woods, Robbie Milburn, Joseph Grandy, Nate Wemhoff, and the Butcher. Rounding out the top 10, Clinton McClellan, Braden Carter, Brian Gunderson, Kyle Newhouse, Frankie Thompson, Austin Butler, Brandon Costello, Kevin Brow, Cale Smith, and Jonathan Gaston round out the top 20. The rest of your field, Jacob Thomas, Michaela Steffes, and Edwin Tucker. Rounds out the field here this evening, but man, oh man, we were treated to a good one here at Charlotte. Let's see if we can't give these guys a minute or two to catch their breath here, and we'll pull up Tyson Banks for the first interview of the evening. Tyson Banks in that 747, able to bring home P3, but man, it was a hard-fought battle for that 747. We saw him and Blackjack battling real hard throughout this thing, so can't wait to get his thoughts on the race this evening. As I see first and second in there, we'll give Tyson just another minute or two. If not, we'll pull up Michael Carter, and roll with him first. But man, I almost lost my voice. That was a great race. That's one I will go back and watch for sure. As I'm sure many of these guys will go check it out. I mean, we're watching them there 3-4 wide. These guys, clean as can be, running hard. And, well, I gave Tyson Banks a minute here. I'm not seeing him right now, so we're going to move on up. We're going to pull up Michael Carter here. As Michael, Shaggy up here in the booth, man, you got a copy?
What's going on, Shaggy?
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. What a race, man. I know you don't want to come up on the short end of the stick like that, but when you're points racing like you are, I'm not sure if you're aware, tough night for little Carter here. So you may be walking out of Charlotte the new point leader. And, man, just how do you feel after that battle?
That was a tough one, man. Me and Scott went at it there. Led most of the race there for a while, and I just wasn't as good up against the wall like he was. So once he threw that slider on me, I just kind of wanted to fall back in position and see what he was going to do the rest of the race. And I thought we was gonna be able to get him there at the end, but it just didn't have enough. It was awesome racing though. I'm sure we put on a heck of a show for you guys watching. Uh, but as far as for my son, that really sucks for him. I hate to see that. Bad luck for anybody, especially him. And it might pick up the points lead, but I don't like seeing that for him for sure.
No, yeah, but you know as well as I do, the kid learned everything you've gotten, maybe a little bit more. So it's just gonna make that points championship, if he can get it, that's that much more sweeter here after this hiccup. But man, Michael, back to you, dude. That final restart, you know, I mean, you go in there, you send it into 1 and 2. I mean, I'm not as great of a racer as you are, but I know, I mean, that's pretty much the only move you could do to try to get this thing in, and you did it. Were you surprised that it stuck there?
Yeah, I figured it was gonna stick. I didn't want to throw it as deep. That way I didn't have to slide up as much. And it didn't stick as quite as well as I wanted to, but the tires were starting to go away, and I was pedaling, and I timed his restart pretty good. It's how I got that start, and I think if I would have just slid it a little bit less, I would have been able to hold on to it. But either way, we was going to throw sliders back and forth there, and we both did what we had to do, and he came out on top. So congratulations to him, and it was an awesome run for us.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, you know, great points run, and you guys really did put on a show there. That was a hell of a race to the finish. Congratulations on the big two, Mike. Who you want to thank? And well, first off, your mom, man, she was loud for you tonight. She was trying to will you onto that win.
I appreciate you, Mom. Thanks for watching. I don't think my dad's watching tonight. I think he's feeling a little bad. So, but thanks to him for all he does. Randy Carter Painting, CSC Motorsports, Kale Smith, Braden Carter, Kyle Hardy Racing, Pit Lizard Graphics, Midwest Forklifts, Kale's family if they're watching, his brother, his mom, his old lady, uh, any of our fans out there that's watching, we really appreciate it. Got to thank PDRL. Really appreciate what they do, and thanks here what you do here at Shaggy TV for the broadcast.
Yeah, you know, and your mom just brought up a good point here. She said little Scrappy won't have to start in the back next week, but Big Mike here, you're going to have to go from the back. So we'll have to see. Hopefully you can survive that battle. But once again, Mike, man, this was a hell of a show. Great run here tonight. Congratulations on the P2.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
And we're going to bring up your winner, Scott Fritz here. Scott, Shaggy up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. How exciting was that final restart, man? You know, you left that door open for Michael, and boy, did he send it in there. And, man, we were treated to a hell of a show.
Yeah, I'm kind of lucky the bottom kind of stayed around there, and 1 and 2 was able to kind of just run a big cut down off the wall every time and be able to clear them before we get to 3. But all those cautions were kind of hurting us. They were hurting us at the beginning. I was running second and just couldn't. Every time I'd get beside him or roll around him, caution would come out, and then he'd change his line because I showed him the line. And finally, we were able to get clear and lead there for a while. And then all those cautions late were kind of hurting us too, and giving them another shot at it. But we were still able to hold on.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about we're watching you run that cut line in 1 and 2, and you know, just a little advice there to some of the other drivers. Just like I want to get your take on this. I mean, we know a track here. I mean, Charlotte coming down towards the end, it's almost slide or die. Everybody wants that top. And now when you see the slider get thrown on you, how much responsibility falls on you to crack that throttle and drive underneath like you were?
I mean, it's 50-50. I knew he was throwing them, so I was kind of already backing off before he was throwing it. I was ready to run that big cut down because the earlier you kind of cut in 1 and 2 and catch all that moisture out the bottom, the bigger run you can get and try and be clear by the time you get to 1 that way, or by the time you get to 3 that way you don't have to slide them again and kind of keep them from getting another chance at it.
And now I'm one more thing here, Scott, before I let you give your final words here and your thanks. See, you're from Leonardtown, Maryland. How close are we to the Maryland-Pennsylvania border?
We're about 4 hours, I'd say. I'm actually from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I'm in Gettysburg. That's the only reason I asked. You know, right there on the border. I didn't know if I could talk you into a Williams Grove trip or something like that. Didn't know how close you were, but congratulations.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've been to Port Royal before, but I've never been to Williams Grove.
Yeah, I live about 15 minutes from Williams Grove and 15 minutes from Lincoln. I'm smack dab in the middle, so right here in Dirt Track, PA. But hell of a run here tonight, Scott. You had to earn that one, man, and you worked for it hard. Congratulations on your first win here this season. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, obviously Team CFM, the Jules Speed Job, Sweet Victory, 6-1 Media, Busy Corner Buggies, and then obviously my wife and everyone watching, and Robbie and them for putting this on, and obviously you in the booth.
Well, hey, great run, Scott. Can't wait to talk to you again, man. This was a hell of a drive and impressive run.
Yep, thank you.
And that's your winner, Scott Fritz. And well, with that, we're going to wrap it up here on Shaggy TV this evening. But man, oh man, you guys were treated to a good one here tonight. After those cautions kind of settled down, you got to watch two of the best go at it. Scott Fritz, Michael Carter, and Scott Fritz brings home his first checkered flag of the year as you see him bring it home there. Michael really let it hung out, and well, Blackjack, he went searching for that third and final podium, but just couldn't bring it home. And you see Braden Carter bring it over the line 12th. That's a pretty good run after the tough night he had, but maybe looking up at his dad here in the points as we roll on into next week. But thanks for tuning in here on Shaggy TV, the PDRL, the Pro Dirt Racing League. I mean, best of the best. If you're interested in joining, I don't know if, I'm sure Robbie would love more people, as long as you hit the cap and you're willing to pay the funds. Robbie Milburn is the man, and the Pro Dirt Racing League is where it's at for your top late model action. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV, signing off. Have a great evening.